Okay, so welcome once again back to the SAABNATIC account. It's been a year, been a while, haven't done anything with this account, been busy with my own life. Hope you're all having a great time. And I got an awesome new series to make. It's gonna be a project car, my first project car. And I call it Project Phoenix. And I know that's cliche, but one of the main reasons I ended up buying this car, because it was actually found at a junkyard while I was looking for parts for 193, is because it looks nearly complete. I'm surprised about it. The interior is great. It has a couple of general issues, such as the cup holder being broken and handbrakes and such just needs to be done. There's a lot of technical parts as well. Um, but the engine and transmission is great. It only has a oil leak, nothing else. I used a OBD2 reader, didn't find anything wrong. I drove the car, didn't find anything wrong. So I ended up buying it from the junkyard for a bit more than wreckage pricing, or the price you get for just wrecking the car for scraps. So, alright, welcome back to SAABNATIC. It's gonna be a good time. I do just want to make a heads up. A lot of the videos being shown at the start of this video will be taken from Snapchat and other badly recorded clips on my phone, which means it's gonna be on a vertical view instead of horizontal. But halfway or so into the video, it's gonna be fixed. It's gonna be back to horizontal. You won't have to end up looking at all those big black bars on the side of the video. And I'm also playing around with the audio, so I really need to get feedback from you guys. Need to hear what you guys think about it. Is it good? Is it bad? It's gonna be a lot of voiceover at the start because none of you will ever understand Norwegian if you come from the places in Scandinavia. So better for me to just have a English voiceover than creating subtitles. It's a lot easier as well for me as a noob on this YouTube thing. So, anyways, just gonna get some. Just want to get that clear out. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error, but please give me a heads up about it in the comment section. So yeah, this is Project Phoenix, or better yet, my newest bankruptcy deal of all time. So, other than my beautiful 9.3 convertible, I got myself a Facelift first gen 9.5. Seems like to be the basic edition, the Vector, as seen by barely the text on the cards. First impressions, it actually runs and drives, which is surprising, being the fact that I found it on a junkyard, as you can see. Not a single warning light at all. The only thing this car warns about is low washer fluid level. Heated seats seems to only work once upon a year. I swear they just worked when I parked it. Future Chris from Edding here. It seems like the heated seats and other creature comforts does work. You just don't have to completely scroll down on the air conditioning wheel down to off, because if you do that, you just close out the heated seats. I guess it has something to do with the fact that if you're gonna actually use heated seats, you probably have also snow and ice on your front window and rear window, so you might as well just turn both on. So either it's some kind of general electrical issue, or I just have to get used to it. So, but yeah, so they do work. When sitting in this car, I feel at home because a lot of the design is straight up pulled from the older generations or the pre-facelift, such as the gear shift, the general layout of the gear shift, the levers behind the wheels, steering wheel. I can definitely see the originality of those pesky vents. Also the warning indicator. So this basically was a facelift edition. This from 2006 and onwards until the second generation, they actually had a facelift option. So this is famously called the Dame Edna, because when you look the hood, the silver rims look like her sunglasses. I might show a picture of it, but yeah. There are some first impressions. Door cards are fucked, or at least damaged. This one too. But luckily, I just went to the junkyard. I got myself some old parts. The baggage bay is in all great condition. Little to no rust, but that doesn't mean it's actually free of rust. Although the most normal thing to do is actually take a look and handle the actual technical stuff on the car, like rust and such. This won't be a video about that. I really just wanted to do something fun with it at start to see if I still find any interest in it. So that's why the first video in this series is actually just going to be gathering interior parts that I need to replace or fix. Just something that I did when I resurrected my 9.3, and I want to try that again. More about the rust and other parts later at the end. In the interest of actually wrapping up the introduction part of this video, what we'll be doing today is to replace one of the front speaker grills on the dash. We're going to replace the front passenger side door card. We're going to replace the broken or damaged door handle on the driver rear door on the inside. And we are going to just place a couple of buttons and cover pieces that I found as well on the scrapyard. But yeah, so these are some of the parts that I got. The new or barely new speaker grill, a used door card, which does not have the enlarged holes, and also hidden in around somewhere here I got a couple of things. I got here I got the door handle for inside, and I actually got the cup holder. I did go a bit brutal on it, but I'm just gonna disassemble it. Gonna take the inner parts that actually work. You can tell it doesn't work quite well because I hammered the shit out of it, but it actually works. I can promise that. So yeah, so I only need now the driver's side door card, and not a lot of anything else when it comes to the interior of the car. You rarely see a Saab anymore. It's quite sad actually, because Saabs are really cool. They are a dying breed. I'm just gonna say it as bold as that. There ain't a lot of them anymore. I actually saw a study that they did in Sweden. They registered how many Saabs that were roadworthy or registered on the road today. Back in 2008, when they first started, there were 2016, there were 348,000 Saabs, and they went then 6 years forward, and then there only were like 237. And then in the near future, in 2023, they only had 111,000. So they're dying really quick. But yeah, so if you're ever gonna do door handles on the 9.3 or 9.5, there are basically some caps, which you can see right there. You just take a knife blade or something sharp and pull it out, and hidden behind there is a T30 Torx. You don't need to use a drill, it's overpowered. But I got the tools because I wasted money on tools before anything else. Just gonna take care of that. Might as well place it in a black interior where we're never gonna find it again, and remove it. And already I seem to found a problem. The wire is gone, which means it's somewhere deep in there. Well, it seems like I'm gonna take off the door panel then. Hang on a second, I'm just gonna get some more tools. Now, removing the door card is not difficult at all. Just like 9.3 and 9.5, so you pull off the handle, or just the trim. You need to force it from the sides. Don't try to just rip it out. And you're gonna need some extension because the screws are very deep inside. So get yourself yet again the T30 in the long shaft. You can use a ratchet or anything like that. Let me just take a... There you go.
That's one down. And 2 down. Now, the button right here, I'm not really sure how it works, but I do know if they pull upwards. So, but let's just first see how we actually get off the rest of the door card. Okay, just a sharp pull on. And then we have to lift up. Because there are no screws underneath here. So, like older 9.3 and 9.5s, there aren't any. Just plastic fasteners. And there we go. That's how you take off the door guard. And this is the wire I was talking about. We need this to be a lot closer because the new old stock handle has a catch on the inside. But yeah, there, right there, where my fingernail is, it's supposed to latch onto that small metal barrel of the wire. So I'm just gonna need to find a way to get it a lot closer. Okay, so further investigation reveals that I have to get a couple of more parts. I am supposed to have this part, and it actually connects to this. So, because it needs to be a lot closer. That's the mounting point, and yeah, you ain't getting near that. So, later today I'm gonna do it.
I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud?
Alright, so right there my car used to be, and this is what I needed for a door latch. Ah yes, trusty 9.3. It's actually time for service on this car as well. But I'm thinking I'm gonna wait till next year. There's a lot of cars in the workshop at the moment, so I don't wanna be a nuisance and cry about my needs for service. Okay, so I have once again gotten back to the situation with the rear driver's side door panel. This is actually this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a metal bar that is placed like this, and then the door latch actually grabs into here, and when they pull, it pulls the wire. So the wire simply lays inside right there. So all I need is to remove this and just add this one. Should be easy enough. Don't need a lot of really important or expensive parts, since I already broken something of this already a couple of hours ago. Let's take a look. Come on, don't be shy. Just get off. Get off. There we go. Then we get 1,000 splinters everywhere. That little dot right there is actually a part of the yellow. And yeah, so what would be smart? I think it probably the smartest to actually add the wire inside first, because it's going to be a lot more difficult afterhand. So, alright, so this is actually how it's supposed to be. Like so. And then you simply, the hook goes in there and you pull. So I'm just going to cut to the chase and re-add everything.
It was right after this cut I actually ended up finding out I did something wrong, so I didn't actually record it, but we're getting straight back into it from when I found out what the problem was, so you guys don't do the same issue.
Okay, so I did find out the problem. It was just this particular clip. You see, I had actually this ridge right here placed in a opening that is right here, and that somehow didn't give it enough length or area for it to actually be pulled. So it, while it did grip the wire, it wasn't able to pull it all the way. So I just moved this further back, because when this was in around here, this was here. So I just moved it back.
Straight after this, I just placed everything back again. So of course, I took off the door latch again because you got to enter the door card back on without having that removed first. Then I just simply placed it up. I entered first the um, small tab for the locking and through the card, and then I placed it down over the bridge right behind the glass, and just casually press it down, and then just a couple of quick smashes around the door card, and it clicked right back into place. And then I just finished it back up. It was only just three Torx T30 screws, and that's it. So nothing more, nothing less. Do mind when it comes to the door handle, just take your time. It's gonna be a bit frustrating. I'm gonna show another video about it later.
We might as well just do a couple of things right now, because I have a couple of small bits. So we can start with the peasant buttons here. I got this was actually broken here. It was part of the corner was damaged, so you could see straight through. But yeah, that's that one done. This is just for my sake, so it looks a bit easier. Fuck. Well, seems like I'm gonna light a cigarette now. Damn it. There. Not pushing that in again. And also I have one of these because right there was actually drilled a hole through, so I was forced to take it out. They also had done a lot of weird things, like the 12-volt plug here was actually disconnected, and the wires were attached or splitted to go straight through sides there. I think it was probably some audio reason, but nothing good. It's also in some holes where they had some kind of radio receiver or something for, because in Norway you have DAB as the radio frequency instead of the FM AM. We switched to DAB like 5 years ago. Let's do some of the easier parts first of what I have gathered here. We won't be doing the cup holder today. That's for the time when I'm actually gonna have to remove the dashboard, so that just won't happen at all. But I will change that door panel because I actually got it. I just have to clean it first. There. Let me tell you something. Being Norwegian ain't easy when it comes to English. You're either really good at it, or you're so good at it that people think you're Swedish. Because for some reason, Swedish and Danes are incredibly great at speaking English. Like, that's insane. This went a lot easier off than at first time, so if you're ever gonna actually remove it, remember that it's shaped like this, and there are points like there. So 2 at front and 3 around the rear. So easy as that. I won't be able to actually fix this. It's great to have as a spare part when the day comes. Alright, so now I'm sitting in the most uncomfortable position ever. But that won't matter at all, because I'm just here for one small fix, which is this. I'll have to get it in first. Oh. That's how it's gonna be done, I suppose. One more try, just one more try here. So it's clear it's got to be some. This one needs to be in here. I'm the greatest one with the cameras around here. Everything's just to enter, but yeah, that's how it's gonna be. You know, if it happens to be that this car is actually so unsafe and so full of rust that it's not economically viable, or at least I won't feel good driving it, then I won't. We'll then do another project car by just simply taking all of the good stuff here and adding it onto a good chassis. So why don't we do the battery? It's quite simple. All you're gonna need is a 10mm, so, and you've got the positive colored red and the negative. What are you supposed to do first? Future me, edit that in, but at least I know when you try to attach anyone, it's red first and then black. Positive and negative, exactly. But yeah, let's take the negative first. Fuck it, let's do it. That's tight. Like so. And there's this one. Try to do it the correct way. That was the correct way. I tell you what, ratcheting wrenches are awesome. They're really good, actually. I love them. And you can get them for cheap as well. Alright, so this is actually the rental battery. So I actually have to need to get to the junkyard where I bought this car and return it, because I didn't buy it. I don't own it yet. So that's why I'm gonna place this new battery in. And yes, it is actually a cheap battery, but you know, you gotta cut some costs where it's needed. Probably 30mm. Let's take a look. Yes, exactly a 30mm. Quite a rusty bolt. I didn't tighten this a lot, so the fact I have to use a lot of energy just to pull it out is a bit odd in my case. But yeah, anyway, out with the old, and then in with the new, just as Chris Fix likes to say. So I'm just gonna attach the battery fastener first. We'll need to do that last, to be honest. Yeah, actually I've gotten it tightened a bit. I'm just gonna use a ratchet of some kind. Hold on. Okay. This is supposed to be tightened a lot harder, but hand tights works for now. Awesome. Okay. Now, when doing the positive and negative notes on the battery, you're supposed to do the positive first. I was actually taught to do negative first, but hey, if that's how it's supposed to be done according to the internet and Reddit, that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm telling you, this ain't gonna be some special. This is gonna be one of the most special YouTube channels ever. It ain't gonna be a darn thing that's done correctly or not sketchy. God damn it. Now we need to torque this to spec, which is 1,000 Newton meters. I know, crazy. And then, ow, a little bit of shock. I'm just kidding with you. Oh, come on, man. Doing this one-handed ain't as easy as I thought. YouTubers definitely have a lot of experience than me, to be honest. Okay, tight. Let us, before we attach the case back on, we should probably make sure that the new battery will start the car. You never know, sometimes things get really wrong. Checking. Okay. Awesome. Starts just as expected.
Unfortunately, I didn't actually film me removing the door card that I was removing and replacing with the old used one. I did clean it with the mold remover, mold remover. That's what I was supposed to use to kill it. Um, and I simply just replaced the damaged old one with the newer yet older one.
Okay, so we have done a lot of things today on the 9.5 right behind me. Been anything like maintenance or actually necessary for the future of the car's roadworthiness, but we have done some creature comfort things that I most have a ick against. But so when it comes to the engine compartment, we have gotten ourselves an actual battery that's ours, or mine, not some scrapyard's own, filled with washer fluid, which is not necessary at all. I just don't like to see the warning signs about it anymore. We have gotten ahead and replaced the broken latch with a working one, and gotten a couple of small things like the passenger button covers and a actual complete door card that has the audio grill and everything, the speaker grill, in comparison to what it looked like here now. They didn't have the driver's side, so I have to take a close look other places, but hey, something has happened today. That's it. Only end for now. Bye bye.